In the vast expanse of the Andromeda Galaxy, far from the reaches of Earth, humanity had found itself caught in a conflict that defied all known laws of physics and logic. It was here, on the remote planet of Zephyria, that I, Captain Jonathan Kerrick of the UEG Explorer Fleet, found myself facing an unimaginable foe. Zephyria was a beautiful yet eerie planet, its skies painted in hues of violet and green, with bioluminescent flora that lit up the night like a dreamscape. Towering trees with luminescent leaves swayed gently in the ever-present breeze, casting an ethereal glow that illuminated the landscape. Rivers of liquid crystal wound through the valleys, their waters shimmering with a faint blue light. But it wasn't the beauty that had brought us here. It was the distress signal, a cry for help from a long-lost human colony that had vanished centuries ago. "Captain, we're approaching the source of the signal," my second-in-command, Lieutenant Mira Tanaka, reported. Her eyes were sharp, scanning the readings on her console. Mira was a woman of keen intellect and unyielding determination. She had served with me on numerous missions, and her instincts were rarely wrong. Her dark hair was pulled back into a tight bun, and her piercing blue eyes held a mixture of curiosity and caution. "It's coming from that structure ahead." I looked out the viewport and saw it, a massive, ancient, temple-like edifice carved into the side of a mountain, emanating an aura of power that was almost palpable. The structure was covered in intricate carvings and symbols that glowed faintly in the dim light. Vines and moss clung to the ancient stone, suggesting the temple had stood the test of time, untouched by human hands for centuries. "Take us in, Lieutenant," I ordered. "Prepare the landing team." As our ship, the UEG Endeavour, descended, I couldn't shake the feeling that we were being watched. The hairs on the back of my neck stood on end. Something about this place felt alive. It was as if the very air vibrated with an unseen energy, a silent hum that resonated in my bones. Once we landed, I assembled a team of our best Mira, Corporal Ethan Reyes, our tech specialist Dr. Alara Soren, and myself. Ethan was a seasoned soldier, his rugged demeanor hiding a sharp mind and a loyal heart. He had a knack for improvisation, often turning the tide in our favor during critical moments. His sandy blonde hair and chiseled features gave him a roguish charm, but his eyes held the hard edge of someone who had seen too much. Alara, on the other hand, was the intellectual powerhouse of our team. Her expertise in ancient languages and advanced technologies had been invaluable on numerous occasions. She was a slight woman with a cascade of curly red hair and an enthusiasm for discovery that was infectious. As we approached the entrance of the temple, the air grew thick with an energy that buzzed against our skin. The entrance was flanked by towering statues of humanoid figures, their expressions stern and foreboding. The statues' eyes seemed to follow us, a silent warning to those who dared to enter. "Stay sharp," I cautioned. "We don't know what we're walking into." Inside, the temple was a labyrinth of corridors and chambers, adorned with symbols and runes that Alara eagerly documented. The deeper we went, the stronger the feeling of being watched became. The walls seemed to pulse with an inner light, casting eerie shadows that danced around us. Ancient murals depicted scenes of battles and alliances between humans and alien beings, hinting at a history long forgotten. "Captain, these symbols," Alara said, her voice tinged with awe. "They're a mix of ancient human and alien scripts. This place is a fusion of cultures." She ran her fingers over the carvings, her eyes alight with curiosity. "Some of these inscriptions speak of a great alliance, a merging of knowledge and power." Suddenly, a cold, telepathic voice invaded my mind. "Intruders. You do not belong here." I staggered, clutching my head. "Did anyone else hear that?" Mira nodded, her face pale. "Yeah, loud and clear." We pressed on, following the source of the distress signal deeper into the temple until we reached a grand chamber. At its center stood a towering figure, a guardian encased in ancient armor that shimmered with an otherworldly light. The guardian's armor was adorned with intricate designs, and its eyes glowed with a psychic intensity that bore into our souls. It stood as a sentinel, a relic of a bygone era. "You have come," the guardian's voice echoed in our minds, "to witness the final battle." From the shadows emerged our true adversaries, ethereal beings known as the Psyrek. These psychic aliens moved like wraiths, their forms shifting and shimmering as if made of pure energy. Their leader, a tall, regal figure with eyes that glowed an unsettling shade of violet, stepped forward. The Psyrek leader's form was more defined, with tendrils of energy swirling around them like a living aura. Humans, the Psyrek leader spoke directly into our minds. You are trespassers in a war that is not yours. We're here because of a distress signal, I replied, trying to keep my thoughts clear. A human colony called for help. The Guardian's eyes flashed. The humans you seek are long gone. Their essence, their knowledge, resides within me now. I am their final protector. Before I could respond, the chamber erupted into chaos. The Psyrek attacked with a barrage of psychic assaults, their mental waves crashing against our minds like a storm. I could feel their intent to break us, to bend us to their will. But humanity is nothing if not resilient. Hold the line, I shouted, drawing my plasma rifle. Don't let them into your heads. Ethan and Mira opened fire, their weapons lighting up the chamber. Alara activated a psychic dampener, a device she had developed for just such an encounter. The dampener created a shield, a barrier against the relentless psychic attacks. The device hummed to life, casting a protective dome of energy around us. The Guardian roared, its voice a thunderclap in our minds. It charged at the Psyrek, its massive form moving with surprising speed and agility. The clash between the Guardian and the Psyrek leader was a sight to behold, ancient power against psychic prowess. The Guardian's strikes were swift and powerful, each blow reverberating through the chamber. The Psyrek leader countered with blasts of psychic energy, their forms blurring and shifting with each attack. As the battle raged, I noticed something, a faint glow emanating from a pedestal at the far end of the chamber. On it lay a crystalline orb, pulsating with energy. Alara, that orb. I pointed. It's got to be the source of their power. She nodded, understanding instantly. Cover me. While Ethan and Mira provided cover fire, Alara and I made our way to the pedestal. The closer we got, the stronger the psychic pressure became. It was like wading through a mental quicksand. We have to destroy it, Alara said, her voice strained. It's amplifying their abilities. I took a deep breath, focusing all my strength. Together, we lifted the orb. It was surprisingly light, almost weightless, but the energy it contained was immense. As we hurled it to the ground, it shattered with a blinding flash of light. The psychic onslaught ceased instantly. The Psyrek, disoriented and weakened, began to retreat. The Guardian, seizing the opportunity, struck a final, devastating blow to their leader. The Psyrek leader let out a psychic scream before dissolving into nothingness. The silence that followed was almost deafening. The Guardian turned to us, its eyes no longer glowing with hostility. You have done what I could not, it said, its voice now tinged with gratitude. The Psyrek threat is ended. What happens now? I asked, still catching my breath. This temple will remain, a testament to what was and a warning to those who come after, the Guardian replied. And you, humans, will return to your people with the knowledge you have gained here. As we made our way back to the Endeavor, I couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment. We had faced an enemy beyond our understanding and emerged victorious. More than that, we had uncovered a piece of our lost history and forged an unexpected alliance. In the end, it wasn't just about survival. It was about proving, once again, that humanity's spirit could rise to any challenge. We are resilient. We are resourceful. And we are never, ever alone. As the Endeavor lifted off, leaving the eerie beauty of Zephyria behind, I looked at my team, my friends, and knew that whatever lay ahead, we would face it together. Because that is what it means to be human. We fight. We endure. We prevail.